Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for being here with me today. I wasn't expecting to do this video, but yeah, I got some cards ready. Of course they come out as they come out. And yeah, I don't know if you guys heard my video, the one before this, but I tried 7G on my hair. And I was like, it's kind of a little boring. I'm not for the faint of heart, you know? I'm not really a moderate type person. So I added some, what is this, 4VV. So 4 volts, 4 double volts, and a 7G. So anyway, hopefully I end up liking this. It's kind of like the color of my nails. But yeah, for summer it's fun. And then so we're gonna start with the True Love Tarot, and then I was led to, I don't want to make y'all sick. I don't even know where it is. Oh, the Wisdom of the House of the Night Oracle cards. And Tattoo Tarot, because I got this cool little wallet in South Haven. Had a really cool, oh, and I found some Kadima too. And you guys, this is crazy. Okay, so I went to this toy shop and like never been there, whatever, but I went in there for the Kadima because it's kind of like vintage, and they had them. They had 4 of them. I should have got 4, but I got 2. But anyway, the point being, it's a really cool toy store. So like I'm in there, and there's like, it looks almost like a video game. It's about that high, but all it was like a mat with 6 dice on it. So I just picked them up and I, you know, jiggled them a little, and then I dropped them down. No kidding you, there was 6 dice there. I didn't even know that. And I got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. No kidding. It's like a royal flush. And poker is what was going through my head. I'm like, no freaking way. This is like awesome. It's like Yahtzee on the first roll, you know? So anyway, I'm like, this is a sign. So I said to the lady, I said, did I just rolled a, I told her, and she said, you did? And I'm like, yeah, why? And she said, oh my goodness. And I said, what? Does that mean like I won the game or something? And she's like, yeah, you won the game. Like, oh my gosh. So then my friend who was with me, she's like, oh yeah, well, if she's your girl or you want to be her to be your girl, like, you better keep her, because like, this is pretty like, this is kind of a sign or something. This is pretty trippy. So anyway, he's all like, oh yeah, you set that up. And I'm like, no, I really didn't. And I'm like, you know, when I pinky, because I used to do this with the kids, like I wouldn't promise. Like I'd say do my best, or gosh, you know, I would really love to do that, but I don't think it's going to work out, but I can try, you know, like you don't make a promise unless you mean it. So this friend of mine knows this, and you know, just because they break promises doesn't mean I do. So I pinkied on it, and I'm like, no, for real, this is what happened. And I said, I'll roll them again. So I rolled them again, and I swear to you, out of 6 dice, there was 4 dice with 2 on them. So it was like 2, 2, 2, 2, like 4 square, right? And I'm thinking, all right, like if this isn't telling you something, because you've been around me long enough to know like tarot is like 2 of cups, like means something, you know? So the universe is like giving you this, you know, a sign, and it's like you want, it's like this person wants me to believe in my head that I'm like their twin flame, but they won't say it. And it's like, it's such a game, and it's so ridiculous. And then like all these signs are coming at, and I think this is a lot of the karmatics right now. Like we're being tested with our karmatics, like whether like we should let it go or just roll the dice and maybe you'll get a miracle at this point. Because I was like, okay, so you know the 4 of Wands is like a twin flame card, and then the other 2 dice that was, and then like 2 is like the 2 of Cups, yeah. And then you add it all together, and it's 2 times 4, which is 8, which is strength, like Leo, and we're in Leo season. And so the other dice were, I want to say cards, were a 1 and a 5. So it's like magician, and 5 is like make the most of your gifts. And yeah, what a lucky person to be getting like free tarot like lessons and spirituality lessons, like the Cliff Note version. Like, hello, you were so lucky, and bird just chirped. Like, appreciate what you have, you know what I mean? Like, at least I'm a real person, at least I'm like authentic. I don't care, like I'm nice to people, like I'm helpful, I'm loving. Like, that's the most important thing in the whole world. Like, love, It's like really the only thing that matters. And like, my friend Casey, you should check her out on my Facebook if you want. Like, Kavanaugh, she's like so awesome, and she's like done so much for humanity, and like she's starting her own business, and I'm just really proud of her. And I don't know why I'm inclined to bring her up right now. She's asked me for a reading before, and it was a real honor because, like, when I first met her, I had kind of like gotten away from that. And she told me about this book, and she was like, I think you'd like it. It's called Many Lives, Many Masters by Dr. Brian Weiss. And she said, just like read it with an open mind, So I was like, okay, cool, thanks. Like, and I'm like, yeah, she's like smart and she's cool, and God, she's just such a beautiful person. Like, I'm gonna read this book. Well, you guys, I read this book, and it was like life changing. And then he also wrote actually read like 3 of his books. But the other one is called, and I have a copy of it, I have to get it back. I shouldn't loan books out, but it's okay. But I just do want this one back because it's signed by the author, and it's really special. I got it on August 2nd in St. Bede at this quirky bookstore that I love. But anyways, it's like an old strip mall or something. So it's called Soulmates. Soulmates Are Real. And it's a fascinating book as well. So I recommend like those 2 books to anyone who, is questioning some things about spirituality and like what things really matter in life. And, like give me some ideas of what might be going on the other side when people die. And, is there more to life than what we're being told? Like, and what is it? Like, a lot of people I think are ready for more information and more answers, because this whole V thing is kind of like woken people up. And the other V, the jab, 4VV, hair dye, just added the 7G. Interesting. But so just I got so sidetracked, you guys, but I do apologize. I did have a head injury, so please, everybody, bear with me. Yeah, pretty much my head ping-ponged on, like, the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, like, a few times, so actually I'm, like, a miracle healing. And that was the only thing that happened, but, yeah, sometimes I get lost, or sometimes I don't know, my brain just kind of works differently. I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, so like these true love reading cards I was called to get out, and like what's the overall thing is that we want the silver waterfall, right? Like, it was so crazy. It was sunny earlier, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna mow the lawn. I was like, ooh, it's kind of dry. Like, I hope it rains. And I literally started raining afterwards. And then one time when I had to make a huge life decision about, yeah, it's actually, and I'm sick of being afraid to share. It's about my brother and, what to do. And I just kind of heard him. I have like telepathy with him, and I just like heard him calling to me. And then, like, when I visited him, I finally was able, like, he literally like took me in his arms and was just like, take me home with you. And so you know, I had to talk to my parents about it. It was really hard because he'd been there for 24 years, but my gut kept telling me, like, something's not okay. And, you know, it's awful what this woman was hiding. But anyways, be careful, you guys. Be careful to know that people are hiding things, but they're going to give you clues. So pay attention to the clues and reach out and care, you know? Let somebody you know, let somebody you care about know that you love them. And the divine masculine is here, and oh, my battery's low. I can't believe it's still playing. But if it dies, sorry guys. But anyway, the divine masculine is over here to the left, and then the divine feminine, which the divine masculine is just that. Like, I was gonna do divine masculine for this left side, and we got divine masculine. So, yeah, divine masculine, you need to pay attention to being divine masculine. You don't want to be a karmic yourself, okay? All right, so inner peace. You know, the divine feminines, they want inner peace. Like, they are not standing for anything in their energy field besides that, because they've worked too long and too hard to get to where they are at. And along the way, they've tried to carry a lot of these distorted masculines, you know, that have so much potential to be divine masculine. Or like, the divine femmes would not be put, like, they're not stupid, folks. You know, there's a reason. And, you know, sometimes power couples get the worst adversity. But it's like the divine feminines are like, you know, I'm still working on my inner peace, but like, I've been in solitude. I've been, you know, reflecting. I've been considering. I've been facing, like, facing like my shadows and all that. And like, I'm ready. Like, here, the star, the tattoo tarot. But anyway, I found that cool skull wallet for like $5. Oh, it's Michigan's got some cool beach towns on it, I gotta say. But the sun here, like, you know, this divine femme is just like working so hard to get her sparkle back, you know, to get her, you know, lightness back. She's actually literally physically even become happy, sometimes more than the others, because they're just trying to keep her grounded. Like, even though, you know, she's raising her consciousness and she's elevating to higher vibrations, like, you know, you know, her counterpart is here, and part of us, we need our counterpart right now to help us heal so that we can heal together. And, you know, that's like really a beautiful thing. And, you know, like, by now we should know about the karmics. Like, come on, guys. You know if you have a karmic in your life, and it might be hard, but man, like, that's a big risk. Because if they haven't changed, they're not going to change. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's so hard. Once your karma wheel is going backwards, it is so hard to get that thing not only going forward on the dark, you know, like in the dark half of the wheel, like, once you get it to the midline, you know, you've got to face a decision. You've got to decide. You can't be gray anymore. At times we do need to be gray, but right now is not that time. Right now we need divine masculines to step up into the light, you know, and they can do it. And I know for a fact, I've seen it happen in a situation in my life that I'm so proud of this person. Like, I could cry right now because of it. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of people who are being too stubborn. A lot of divine masculines right now, you know, they're not using that strength. But they have it. And it's because lust. This card also has to do with lust. Lust that tied them back, or lust they're filled with regret because, you know, they maybe they missed out on their divine feminines. But, you know, you guys still have the chance to step into your strength, step into your power. But when you do it, you've got to do it full force, you know? Like, no messing around. Like a fixed sign, you know? Like the March of the Bulls. Anyways, yeah, because it's Leo season and we want our Leos. I want my kitten back right now. You guys, like, he's in kitty jail and I'm so sad, but like, he even has past life issues. Like, he's like acting out on me, and I'm like, okay, Ram, I know you've been through some shit with me, and I know things have been hard, but I've never abused you. I've never neglected you. I went without food before you, like, you know, and I just love him and I don't want to quit him, but it's like, all right, enough is enough, you know? And some of us are being that freaking stubborn. So it also takes strength to get out of like a mindset, you know? And to like maybe look at like, okay, this is what's over here and this is what's over here. Maybe you have a chance to just take a little walk on the Reading Rainbow. Isn't that something? Or railroad, or I don't know. What is this under here? Worthiness. You're worthy of it. And it will bring you abundance, serenity, and forgiveness is available. This is a portal coming up, and it's one of strength. 8-8, strength. Forgive yourself. Forgive your counterpart. All that matters is connection. And so now I'm getting for the DMs, life purpose is something that they should be really thinking about. Divine feminines, we want sexual freedom. All right, well, you guys, it is what it is. And, you know, divine masculines, like, hello, maybe take us on a date. We'll probably say yes. You know, like when you know something in your gut, you know it, and it's like, yeah, there might be other options out there, but for some reason, like this person, this pull, this magnetism, magnety. I used to be able to pronounce words better. It's really interesting. But intimacy, like true intimacy, you know, not just like sexual intimacy, not just like everything, mind, body, and soul. And, you know, maybe you can find that, like, you know, just start dating and like work towards more intimacy. Divine masculines want emotional freedom. They don't want to be around the karmics anymore. They're freaking annoying. Like, you know what? I put the phone down and I put it on mute. And I just go clean. Because at this point, like, I don't know. Like, there's no love. Like, it's not a loving thing. And it feels so different, you know? Oh, I just thought of a Sinead O'Connor song. And, like, how lovely is her voice? How lovely is that music? How lovely is she that she was brave enough like me? I cut my hair. I always wanted to do it, and I did it twice. And, you know, it's like I love myself. I just wanted to see myself. I just wanted a fresh start. I just wanted to look in the mirror, and it's like my hair had nothing to do with it. It's just like raw me, you know? It's very empowering, and I guess it was an act of love towards myself, and I got more compliments on my hair like that than I ever think I've gotten. But yeah, I do think I think, you know, a lot of divine feminines right now are like damn near at empress status, and they've done it alone for the most part, and that's commendable. And what does the masculine want? He really wants to build a garden of life purpose. And she really wants him to establish boundaries and make decisions. And she's been working really hard on doing that. And, you know, it's not been a perfect journey, but she's holding her own. And She keeps it a pretty tight fort. So, I can't believe this is still going. I hope this is helping somebody. Like I've said before, it's really hard to kind of like put yourself out here like this. So, okay, so what do we need to know about the wisdom of the house of the night? Okay, so here, moon, howl at the moon. Like, what is it telling you? What are the hidden factors? What are you seeing that maybe you didn't see before? Like, what are you noticing? What is mattering? Are you feeling depressed? Pay attention to the cycles of the moon. Are you depressed? Because you know what? It's like you can only take being away from your soulmate for so long, you know, before it starts to physically hurt. Like you start to get like physically sick. And like you've been in denial, DM, so wake up. It's time to wake up to the truth. And you know, you have this beautiful like woman who's like on fire to start, you know. She's on fire starting her own life, but she'd like to do it with you for a life purpose. And can't you see her? And the beauty. Maybe you never noticed the beauty in this person. I mean, maybe you did, but you were pushing it away. You know, maybe it was taboo, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe some past life stuff is there. I'm not sure, but you know, yeah, it's okay to be the warrior, but you know, like, don't be an over warrior. Don't get stuck in your ego, man, you know? Like, it's not doing you any good. And don't wear a mask. You know, I think about the suit of armor with the face mask on it. You know, take it off. Letting go, yeah, take it off. Let go of all that isn't serving you anymore. Don't feel guilty. It's your right. This is your life. Okay, it might be complicated, but oh wow, life is complicated. And some of the most beautiful romantic stories come out of complicated situations. I mean, look at some of Hollywood. Look at the stories in the Bible, you know? It's like incredible. Like, great love sometimes, you know, actually literally requires us to climb mountains. And it's like we just have this inner intuition, this, you know, owl like knowledge. And you know, we might feel like a shell of a person, but we have just enough strength to go up there and get ourselves out of jail and get that Empress out of jail, you know? So, here's a reminder that, you might even be talking to this person in the 5D is what I'm getting. You might even be like physically intimate with them, like in your dreams or in the 5th dimension. It's very strange. It's a very telepathic communication that you have. And I just feel a desire for, you know, reparent yourself or figuring out your family issues. And there's a distorted feminine in your life, and it's your karmic, and you know, let it go. Even if it's complicated, you're gonna miss out on a lot. You're gonna miss out on like your life purpose. You're gonna miss out on true sexuality. You know, a lot of these women, they use their sexuality, and yeah, it's fun for a minute, but if you're like a DM, or you're a really intelligent guy, or you're really sensitive, or you're really deep, like, that's not gonna cut it for you. Like, you need your soulmate, period. So here we go. That's so weird. We had the garden. Yeah, become the gardener, take the lead. Let's make our own food. Let's plant our own flowers. Like, let's make our own, you know, fantasy world. Fairy tale. We can do it. With the divine feminine, you can do it. And then for the ladies over here, we have vision. Don't give up on your visions. It's rapid manifestation right now. You know, sit in contemplation about how to reach a higher level of love. We're trying to get to unconditional love. And groove, groove is in the heart. Don't forget to have fun, and don't forget to take care of yourself, and pamper yourself if you need to, and just move forward regardless, no matter what. Yeah, you want your stallion, and yeah, you want him to move towards you, and yeah, you're like, come on, freaking already, I need a thoroughbred. I don't even know what a thoroughbred is, but I keep getting this. Like, hello, we need a thoroughbred. And, these could be same-sex relationships, too, where, maybe one person carries a more masculine sort of, maybe they have more male planets in their chart, and the other one's more feminine, or maybe you're both kind of just like this cool balanced state, and you're like those twin flames, that like really cool, balanced out, like, lesbian twin flame couple. How cool is that? Yeah, because you know what? You are the queen of water, man. Your emotions run deep, and you don't just give your heart to anyone, and you think about things, you assess things, you look at things from a different perspective than most people, and a lot of people maybe don't understand you, and it's kind of lonely. And you probably are psychic. Most of the twin flames are divine feminines. Even the distorted feminines can be highly psychic, that's kind of scary. But yeah, because some women are highly psychic, and it doesn't mean they work for the light. There are distorted, I would call them distorted feminines, or femme fatales, or karmics, who are working for the dark, literally. And they might have that kind of cool, I mean, I don't know, I'm this person, and like I said earlier, like, I don't really do anything in moderation. I certainly don't love in moderation. So just remember who you are, ladies, and remember to follow your intuition. And rigid. Don't be too rigid. Don't be too harsh on people. Use that soft touch. Use that intuition. Use that empathy. Put yourself in that person's shoes, How might you feel? Have you ever been in a similar situation? How did you feel? What can you do? What can you do to be a better friend and be less judgmental and more understanding and more compassionate towards other people? Like, I hear the crows outside all the time, and I'm going to use this to remind me. I had Compassion Breeds Love that came up in my last reading. It's like the first really big painting I did, and I didn't even know I could be a painter. And I don't know, my art is different. The guides even told me what to call it, which was abstract spiritual art. And I have a collection, and all along the way, it didn't matter. I didn't get support from my art. Like, it's amazing. Like, if I think this, it's for a reason. I know it is. I don't know what it is exactly going to happen to this collection. And it almost got ruined in the garage, but praise be, it didn't. So anyway, don't forget, women, that, your individuality is beautiful. We don't have to be like anyone else, we can dye our hair lavender. So, we can do anything we want. We can do the whole rainbow. Oh, and when I went to make a decision, I forgot to tell my parents I really wanted to help my brother. And I was very serious. I took the back roads, and I'm literally, you guys, I have a picture of it. I saw a double red rainbow. Like, there was no other colors. There was only red. It was so amazing. And I had time just to stop and take a picture. And then the sky, like, filled with cool colors, and it was like, oh my God, that was a sign. So the signs are all around you, guys. It's in numbers. You should see the mirror in my bathroom. It's filled with numbers. And because I've been writing down certain numbers when I've been looking on the clock, and which ones am I seeing the most of, or You know, like I was saying, like rolling the 1 through 6. Well, that person didn't listen. Oh, well, bye-bye, you know? There's no more time. There comes a point, you know, where it's too much. Where the distorted karmic has done too much. And it's okay to walk away. It really is. In fact, if you don't, you're at risk for going to the dark side, for getting your wheel going backwards. Like, it's really imperative. And in the move you're going to have to make, DMs, is pretty pretty lionesque. It's going to require strength. But you got it. Because your lust is for your life purpose and your true heart. And you guys actually all want the same thing. So, I am going to get a... Ouch, I can barely move my arm. I'm going to get Judgment. Judgment is coming, divine feminines. It's going to be okay for you no matter what, because you've done it. You've done the work. You've done a lot of work. And, yeah, you're sunny. Even though you don't feel sparkly, your sparkle's coming back, girl. And, yep, the Wheel of Fortune. This is a time for change. This is a portal. This is an opening. This is an opportunity. This is, you know, is your DM going to get his wheel going forward or backwards? Because you can't stay with someone where their wheel's going backwards. And the Queen of Swords knows this. And she even puts it out there, you know. Trying. Even in these readings, I'm trying for the collective to get these, you know, DMs to, like, open their heart chakra. Because here we go. This is the Nine of Cups. Make a wish. The wish card. Make a wish. Make it happen and your dreams are going to come true. And one for the masculine here. We get 7. Watch out. There's a thief in your life. And she's trying to carry away. What does she have? All those swords. And she thinks she got away with all of it. Right. But little does she know you're quietly sitting there trying to figure all this out. And you're not even speaking about it. You're just doing it. But you know it's going to come to a crossroads. You know you're going to have to make a decision. 2 of Swords. Like, that's like 2 weeks, guys. And here's 5. You might have some hostilities, but you're in a strong position. And you've been in the Hangman for way too long. It's time for a new perspective. It's time. You got all that blood rushing to your head. That can't be comfortable, you know? You got to come up. Fall down, maybe even. And yeah, death. Something has to end. You're not okay. Be honest with yourself. You're not okay. And what do we have here? Is that the 4 of Pentacles? Yep. You're holding on too tightly. You've been holding on too tightly. You haven't been communicating. You haven't been dealing with stuff. You've been numbing your stuff. You've been holding everything in. But your soul knows, and you know, and there's something about your dreams. Yeah, anxiety. Especially at night. Because your heart is truly broken, and you know, if you don't gather up that strength, your heart is going to be even more broken. So, here's the 5 of Cups. Do you want to live with regret over these 3 spilled cups? Or do you want to look at these 2 cups, the 2 of Cups, the soulmate that's waiting for you, that you can have a happy, peaceful life with? And here you go, the karma wheel. It's up to you, sweetheart. But watch out for the devil. And look for a stable woman who can hold her own, truly hold her own. That's the advice. Love you guys. I hope this helps somebody, and have a happy weekend and a fabulous Friday.